Hi, my name is Heather Grace, and I was originally injured actually on the job. I was in a predominantly male field, and working as a web developer, I felt like I had to prove myself, not just to the level everyone else, but beyond that level, in order to just feel like I was okay there and not judged for, oh, she's just a girl. And that meant 12-hour days sometimes. And, if it's a big project, I'm not taking breaks when I should. And I didn't know anything about ergonomics. And it just snowballed into me having a disc go bad in my neck. And from there, workers' comp basically delayed my surgery for 4 years and left me with a permanent injury. So, it was a really rude awakening, considering that the job that I was in was all about medical education. That's what our company did. And I was literally developing courses for doctors for their certification on many different things, including pain. And yet I'd never heard the word intractable pain. I didn't know that pain existed permanently like diabetes. I didn't realize that any of this existed. And I think, for me, lifting the curtain on pain is realizing that we're out here. I mean, just that simple fact is something that so many people don't even know. And I think that really bothers me because, in medical education, why isn't it being talked about? Why aren't CME courses built around intractable pain as a subject matter? They're just not. But the biggest thing for me, I think, was just, losing my career was like losing my identity. And I just felt like I didn't know who I was and floating, into this space where I didn't know what I was going to do. I couldn't be on a computer anymore for 12 hours a day. That was never going to happen again. And even more than that, I was the girl with the snappy comebacks. I was just, on all the time, and I could just, fly out. Something would fly out of my mouth, and it was funny, and people laughed. And, just realizing that that's so not my personality anymore because my brain doesn't work that way anymore. The pain brain has just completely changed that for me, and it's just kind of hard trying to not only reinvent what is my career going to be, but who am I now? If I can't even watch Jeopardy without getting frustrated because the word is there, it's in my head, I just can't say it. It's just, how am I going to do a job? How am I going to, have a simple conversation? So, lifting the curtain on pain is, for me, a lot about memory and a lot about, all aspects of life that it affects. And she was talking about, sexual issues. Of course, that's something that affects us all. But for me, I was determined. That part of my life is not going to be affected. How dare pain take that from me? And I was so determined that I ended up making myself really injured, not saying anything. And it's okay, I'm fine. And, my boyfriend had no clue because if you're quiet, you look okay. How would they know? So I just got to a point where I realized my health is worth a lot more than my sex life. And it's just, a compromise we all have to make at some point and, decide what's worth it and what isn't, whether it's that or any activity. So. There was a couple other things we wanted to make sure we covered. Some of the things on this list that are uniquely, female, like, wanting to make sure we don't disappoint anybody. Being a people pleaser by nature, it's really hard to, not follow through with a commitment because you're in the bed and you just can't, and you feel so guilty, and it's just really hard to disappoint, especially a loved one. And, another thing is, the issue of children. If you have children, you feel like you're disappointing them because you can't play or you can't go to their games or whatever it is. But like me, I wasn't at the point where I was going to have children yet. It was, a few years away yet. And now I realize that it's just not in my future. And coping with that as each Mother's Day passes, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere you look. And it's a lot. It's a lot to go through. I mean, I don't think people realize that pain is not like diabetes in that it just affects so many areas of your life every day. And that's something that, most people don't realize about pain, and I wish they did. I do think it puts us in the unique position to be able to appreciate the small things in life that we just didn't even realize before.